Welcome to Tri-Valley Sports Final, your program for the best in local sports action. On this week's show, Cade Kruger lights it up as the Amador Valley boys basketball team takes on Granada. Brandon Hahn is outstanding as the Granada boys basketball team meets the California Grizzlies. And Aiden Lee helps lead the way as the Dublin boys basketball team faces the Foothill Falcons. All that plus Granada-Amador Boys Soccer, Livermore-Dougherty Valley Boys Basketball, and much more right here on Tri-Valley Sports Final. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. I'm Ian Bartholomew. On this week's show of boys basketball, as Granada takes on both Amador and California, Dublin faces Foothill, and Livermore squares off against Dougherty Valley. We'll also have boys soccer as Granada meets Amador, but to get us started with hoops, it's my co-host, Tim Sabrandi.
Great. Thank you, Ian. The EBL boys basketball title up for grabs. Currently, 6 teams are tied for 3rd place, just behind league leader De La Salle and 2nd place Monte Vista. Recently, 2 of the teams in 3rd place squared off as the Amador Valley Dons hosted Granada. And there you see the cheerleaders and the Dons breaking the huddle. And there's the Matadors breaking the huddle. 2 evenly matched teams. We pick up the action in the 3rd quarter. As you see, Cade Kruger takes the screen, drives into the paint, and scores, giving the Dons a 27-18 advantage at that point. Granada responding, Damian Mills, he misses, but there is Brandon Hahn, big man with the rebound and the putback. And here we see Karan Johnson knocking down the jumper. Now on the other end, it's the defense as Damian Miles gets the steal. He feeds Hahn, Hahn gets the layup. So Granada cutting that deficit. Here we see more Granada. Johnson to Miles. Look at Hahn. Reverse layup. At this point, Amador Valley only up 1, 29-28. Amador Valley looking to get things going in transition as we see Cade Kruger finishing on the other end after the pass from Elijah Stanley. Here we see Stanley up top. Kruger on the wing. He pulls up, nails the three-pointer. Dons up 6 at this point. 34-28, and then the Dons extend their lead as Jalen Smith drives and scores. Again, a lot of Amador's defense or offense fueled by their defense. Now we see Stanley with the steal. Pass up ahead to Kruger, fills the lane, gets the layup. He would finish the night with 17 points. And then as Jalen Smith, he hits the jumper. So Amador Valley at that point, 11-0 run. Extend their lead to 40-28. But Cordell Taylor does a nice job here, stopping the run, getting the layup, and draws the foul. But the Dons respond on the other end as Landon Flanagan knocks down the three-pointer. 5 minutes to go, Amador Valley extending their lead 44-30. But Granada would make this close late. Damian Miles with the rebound and the putback, drawing the foul. And here we see Miles in traffic again and gets the bucket. And one more time, this time it would be Miles pulling up for the three-point shot, which would be good. So they, on the 9-0 run, pulled within 5, but Amador Valley would hit free throws down the stretch. There you see Jalen Smith with one of his 18 knocking down the free throw, and you see it there. Jalen Smith, Cade Kruger combining for 35 points. Dons hold on for the win. Amador currently 2-2 in league play and 13-8 overall. After this game, Granada would drop to 0-2 in league, 12-5 overall. But this was, in fact, a game of runs.
Yeah, Amador jumped out to the big lead. Then Granada came back with a 10-2 run. Amador followed it up with a 12-0 run, and then a 9-0 run by Granada to cut the lead to 5 with a little under 2 minutes left. But the Dons were able to hit their free throws, and they held on.
Well, we said it at the outset, when you had 6 teams tied for 3rd, you know, De La Salle in 1st, you know, but there were, and the pack is so tight. I mean, I feel like we talk about it all the time. Well, anybody can beat anybody, but it really is true, at least athletically.
Yeah, there is no dominant team this season. And we're just getting started with boys basketball. Up next, we'll see Granada in action once again as they face Cal High. Then a little bit later, we'll see Dublin as they take on Foothill. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. After an 8-19 season last year, the Granada boys basketball team has turned things around. Going into last Friday's action, the Matadors were 12-5, ranked among the best teams in the North Coast section. Recently, Granada looked to continue their winning ways as they hosted the California Grizzlies. We go out to Granada. Coach Q, Quaron Johnson, getting his team fired up. Pick it up in the first quarter. Cal strikes first. Uremi Ijua passes to Logan Weger for the one-hander. He had 15 points. Granada answers as Brandon Hahn goes to work. Here he drives to the hoop and muscles it in. He would convert the free throw for a three-point play. This time, the Matadors break the press. Malcolm Davis to Damian Miles. He drives and dishes to Hahn for the basket. The junior Hahn off to a fast start in this contest. Moments later, Hahn taps to Taylor, back to Hahn, ahead to Miles, who lays it in. Mats lead at this point, 7-2. Granada again pushes it up court. Hahn takes it strong to the hole and banks it in. He finished with 34 points. More Matadors. Freshman guard Quaron Johnson passes ahead to Miles, who lays it in. And now Hahn taps to Davis. Davis then dishes to Miles for the basket and foul. Granada extends their lead to 13-4. Hahn now dribbles up court. He gives to Johnson, who pulls up and buries the jumper. Grizzlies answer. Jaden Jones dribbles baseline, where he hits the jumper. He had 12 points. At the end of one, Granada leads 18-10. Second quarter, Matadors continue to light it up. Johnson misses, but Cortell Taylor rebounds and lays it in. Now, Damian Miles goes to work. He spins and banks it in with a right hand. Tough shot. He finished with 16 points. Granada leads 25-10. Cal tries to rally. Amika Edifora drives and scores. Now Nonso Edifora gives to Amika, who puts it in for a three-point play. He had 15 points. This time, Weger feeds Jeremy Ajua for the dunk, but the Matadors would have too many weapons. Here, Quaron Johnson pulls up and drills the three. He had 6 points. Granada goes on to defeat California 68-63. Brandon Hahn scores 34 points, including 15 in the fourth quarter as the Matadors win. Granada is now 2-2 in league play, 15-5 overall. After the game, Hahn said defeating Cal was an important victory for his team.
You know, coming off two losses that we could have easily won, Monte Vista, Amador, but it was just coming back home since not playing a while here and having that home crowd again. So it was a big win for us going down the stretch and show everybody that we can play with everybody. I think we just need to build off this. Just go one game at a time, not look too far forward. Just go one game at a time, and we'll see where it takes us. I've been putting in that work, but I really can't do it without my team. My team gives me the ball in the right places. My team looks for me. They trust themselves. And we all put in that work, so that's how it's been going so far.
And Granada followed up this victory with a big road win at Dougherty Valley. In that game, Hahn had 21 points and 20 rebounds, so Mats are playing really well right now.
The Mats are playing really well. Hahn is emerging as one of the league's most dominant big men. I mean, just seeing what he's doing, but you look at the athleticism of Miles, the way he runs the floor, look at what Johnson's able to do. This is a team, they start out 0-2, and now they get two big wins, and they're right there in that mix of all these squads. So we'll look forward to watching them as the season progresses. We're going to go from Livermore, though, back to Pleasanton. This time we'll be looking at the Foothill Falcons as they host the Dublin Gales. And there you see Coach Tom Costello in his 20th year at the helm as they break the huddle. But it would be Foothill with the fast start early. Jason Praveen off the pass from Isaiah Yee. Gets the bucket. Now we see Praveen again. He would miss here. But Tyler Bodensteiner gets the steal and the score. Foothill up early, 15-13. Bodensteiner finishing with 15 points. But Dublin, we see Trey Logan knocking down the three-pointer there. And there on the other end, Aiden Lee gets the steal, and he passes ahead. Isaiah Romero on the wing, quick move and a bucket. Romero finishes with 12 points. Foothill, though, responding, is getting through the double team. The pass out. Johan Du hits the three. On the other end, though, Aiden Lee, drive and score. And it would be Lee again charging the fast break to Odin Chadahia. And there is Romero back to Lee. Pull-up jumper at the elbow is good. But again, just the back and forth nature of this game. This time we see Peyton Hain move under duress, passes, and actually that was the pass from Sakamoto, Slater Sakamoto, to Peyton Hain, who would get the rebound and the score. And here we see it again off the pass from Bodensteiner. He would finish with 10 points. But Dublin's Lee would have a big night. There's Romero. There's the good connection there. This time we see Lee, again, inside Romero, looking for the cutter, and there it is. Rome Raymore, pull-up jumper. He would finish with 10 points, and the Gales would pull away for the victory. Aiden Lee, balanced scoring attack, and Dublin followed this victory up with another good win as they went on the road to defeat Monte Vista, handing the Mustangs their first league loss. So the Gales also playing well. And again, it's just so wild. Granada drops a couple, you think, oh, they're down, then they bounce back. Dublin drops a couple, oh, maybe they're down, then they go on the road, give Monte Vista their first loss. I mean, any given night, who knows?
And every game is basically a showdown, you know, to determine who makes the playoffs and then their seeding in NCS. But Dublin with Amador, Granada, San Ramon coming up, all big games. And congratulations to Aiden Lee for committing to MIT.
Yeah, no, he's an outstanding student, an outstanding athlete, been a contributor to football and basketball, but MIT, that's huge.
And that's going to do it for these teams. Up next, we'll have boys soccer as Granada takes on Amador. Plus, a little later, we'll go back inside for boys basketball as Livermore squares off against Dougherty Valley. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. It promised to be an exciting EBAL boys soccer match as two of the North Coast section's better teams recently squared off. The number 7 ranked Granada-Matadors hosting number 6 Amador Valley. And we go out to Granada-Matadors head coach Rob Hansen looking on. Pick it up in the first half. Granada looks to get on the board first. Chris Prate, number 10, gets a foot on the ball right there, but it's picked up by Amador goalie Xander Hoberg. Moments later, Owen Murray dribbles past the defender, passes ahead to Zane Carey, over to Prate, who makes a move and fires just off the mark. Dons now go on the attack. Jonas Lyons feeds Lucas Seamus, who shoots and is deflected away by Skylar Stewart. That results in an Amador corner kick. Jacob Prate, though, kicks to Seth Reborn. Back to Prate, who kicks it out. Murray now throws it in. Dons head it, and Xander Hoberg pulls it down. More Amador. Lions passes ahead, but Jake Miller deflects it to Matador goalie Kyle Kroos. Jacob Prate now pushes it ahead. Attaché Sadi kicks it to the corner. Prate then comes over and attempts to cross, but it's off the Dons defender and out of bounds. That results in a corner kick. Joseph Guevara takes it, goes to Seth Reborn, who heads it over the goal. Late in the first half, Chris Prate takes a free kick. The deflection goes to Jet Shoa Torres, who boots it in. Granada grabs a 1-0 lead. Great play there by the two Matador seniors. Moments later, Granada has another opportunity after a foul. Guillermo Zambrano taps the ball right there to Zane Carey, who fires it in. Great play by the Matadors once again as the two seniors combine for the second goal of the match. That makes it 2-0. Amador tries to answer. Giago Tempero to Lucas Simas. Matt's defense, though, comes over. John Dempsey kicks it off Simas, and Kroos pulls it in. Don's now going the attack, but Jake Miller is there to kick it out. And one more time, Nicholas Bailosis shoots. Kyle Kroos covers it up. Dons would score a goal in the second half, but it would not be enough as Granada goes on to defeat Amador 2-1. There you see the final scores. The Mats' 2 first-half goals are enough. Granada's currently 2-3 in league play, 8-4-1 overall. Dons, meanwhile, are also 2-3 in league play, 9-5 overall. So good match, and like we've seen in basketball, we have a logjam in the standings. Granada, Amador, and Dublin are all tied for 5th at 2-3. They trail undefeated Monte Vista and San Ramon Valley. Third place De La Salle comes in with a record of 4-1. Fourth place Livermore is 3-2. So should be an exciting final few weeks in the regular season, and then we got the playoffs and NCS.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And soccer, like basketball now, just the one league contest, the single round to see who can make the playoffs. But another even match. I don't know how Granada scored that goal. That ultimate
how did it get in there?
Decisive goal. There were 6 Amador Valley defenders and the goalie, and somehow it slipped through. But that would count. That proved to be the deciding goal. So congrats to the Matadors. From soccer, we're going to go back to boys basketball now as Livermore hosting Dougherty Valley. And another big crowd out at Cowboy Alley, and they're fired up as the Cowboys break the huddle, having another improved season. And we see it early right here. Dylan Wary, a big part of that. Good ball movement. He would finish with 9 points. Dougherty Valley, though, so many weapons. There we see Rashad Cotton Jr. driving the score. At this point, they're up 10, 4 minutes to go. Now we see Rylan Sevilla with the goal, with the basket. He would finish with 21, 9-point lead. And then Dougherty Valley would pull away late and keep adding on. And there you see Colton Jr. with the drive and the score. And then Cotton Jr. again in the corner, knocks down the 3 to extend their lead. And as this gets going, more of the same in pressure. Luke Hansen up to Cotton Jr., step back. He knocks down a 3 with 54 seconds left. And it'll be one more time. Hansen up ahead to Cotton Jr., who would step back again, knock down another late 3. He would finish with 21 points, and there you see the teams after the game as Dougherty Valley, tough place to play and win, but they got it done. Sevilla, Cotton Jr. combined 42 points. Wildcats win, currently 2-2 in league. Another team that's 2-2, 14-7 overall. Cowboys, meanwhile, dropped to 2-2, 16-5. But the final score wasn't indicative of this game. It was actually really close throughout. Dougherty Valley just pulled away late.
They went a little 3-point crazy in the last minute and a half with 4 threes, but Livermore bounced back from this one, came back and got foothill in their next game.
Yeah, another team that's 2-2. Everybody in this league, it seems like, is 2-2, and trying to get in. And Monte Vista 3-1, but we saw Dublin just beat them. And even though De La Salle's undefeated, you get the sense that on any night, they're ripe for the taking. So it's gonna be wide open down the stretch.
And we'll be back with more, including our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athlete of the Week, right after these messages. Please stay with us. Our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athlete of the Week is Granada boys basketball player Brandon Hahn. The 6'6" junior forward has been a double-double machine this season for the Matadors. In recent games, he scored 29 points and had 17 rebounds and 4 assists against St. Francis, 26 points and 19 boards against Fremont of Oakland, 34 points against California, and most recently 21 points and 20 rebounds against Dougherty Valley. For his excellence in boys hoops, Granada's Brandon Hahn is our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athlete of the Week. Congratulations to him, and on our next show, we'll have more boys basketball We'll see Livermore square off against both Foothill and Dublin take on Amador, and a couple big games there.
Yeah, definitely big games. I mean, Foothill trying to get that first win in league. You know, Livermore got their first win already. Dublin, Amador Valley, you know that's going to be evenly matched on both sides. Girls basketball playing really well right now for Dublin. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna, like we mentioned, we're going to have the same two matchups in girls basketball, Dublin against Amador, and Livermore taking on Foothill. And we're also going to have some boys soccer. As the third place team right now in the EBAL, Livermore takes on Foothill.
Yeah, I mean, again, we talk about being competitive, all these teams bunched up, but Livermore has separated a little bit. Now they're trying to get in an upper echelon, you know, get ahead of like De La Salle, San Ramon Valley. This is going to be a big game for them.
And that's going to do it for this edition of Tri-Valley Sports Final. For Tim Sabrani, I'm Ian Bartholomew. Thanks for watching. See you next week.